Welcome back. A massive rent relief program is effectively put on pause, creating a lot of worry for a lot of families and renewing calls for a long-term solution. Late last week, Maine Housing said it would no longer take new applications for the program, which has helped tens of thousands of Mainers. Mal Myers looks at one option for the long run.
Jeffrey Smith lives on a fixed income. His budget is tight.
So I'd only have $41 left over for each month.
But now he's able to buy the things he needs because of emergency rental assistance.
It took me a couple months, but they were actually able to help me with a couple of months' rent.
Faced with incredible demand and only so much funding, Maine Housing changed parts of the program this summer.
We kind of, tried to slow down the program to stretch it out longer. We pumped the brakes, if you will. That didn't work.
Maine is joining other states that have already paused or ended similar programs. New applications are no longer being accepted to get through the 11,000 that still need to be processed.
I am terrified that we are going to see the number of evictions skyrocket for non-payment of rent.
State Representative Victoria Morales introduced a bill last legislative session that would have effectively added to the Section 8 program.
This policy was designed based on Massachusetts policy, where they are able to provide more vouchers to folks who are in need, and the federal government doesn't have enough for them.
Her bill gained support from housing groups and passed through the legislature, but didn't get the funding it needed. While not seeking re-election, she's hoping that similar legislation will come up again as a housing crisis continues.
This is an issue that's impacting every part of Maine.
If you still need help paying your rent, Maine Housing recommends reaching out to your local community action agency.
And that was Mal Meyer reporting. A healthcare advocacy group is working to spread the word about more affordable health care. AJ Douglas has the details.
I'm just one of many whose lives were saved because of the insurance that we were able to afford.
Monday, a healthcare advocacy group called Protect Our Care held a press conference in Bangor to discuss how the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act will impact Americans. The new legislation aims to counter inflation by reducing the cost of prescription drugs and health care.
There is not a person among us who does not rely upon the healthcare system, either now or at some point in time in our lives. And for many of us, this is an ongoing and literally life-sustaining challenge.
The package requires pharmaceutical companies to negotiate bulk purchasing with the federal government, which allows for decreases in prescription drug costs. It also lowers health premiums for nearly 13 million Americans by extending tax credits to purchase health insurance.
Nobody in this state should have to decide between feeding their family or heating their home or getting their prescriptions.
Laura Packard shared her story of surviving cancer thanks to having access to affordable health care. She is now advocating to get the message out about the recent changes.
I think a lot of people haven't necessarily heard about this bill yet, so they don't know that seniors are going to have their medication costs capped at $2,000 a year.
The lower cost, better care bus tour will travel around the country, spreading more awareness about the recent advancements in the healthcare system. In Bangor, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Well, the medical field is a high-stress environment and one that's received a lot of attention throughout the pandemic. Now the University of Maine School of Nursing is implementing a new program called WellNurse to help increase resiliency while cutting down on stress and burnout in the field. Our Jody Hersey shares more.
You can't bring to your patient your full self if you're depleted inherently. And this is the same with our faculty and staff. They can't bring to our students if they're depleted.
The nursing field is one of high stress and burnout. But thanks to a new $1.5 million award from the federal government, the University of Maine School of Nursing and its instructors now has a program to help them adapt called WellNurse, which focuses on a person's mind, body, and spirit.
We're trying to experiment with different physical activities that will be motivating for students, faculty, and staff, but also easy to fit into their schedules.
From walking and yoga to meditation, massage, and mindful eating, WellNurse helps nursing students find a technique that works best for them. Kenny Goucher is a first-year nursing student and former member of the U.S. Navy.
I've seen so many people that do like the burnouts to where you're just working so hard, so long. You have to do 12, 13-hour shifts. You have to do them for days. When I was on deployment, those type of situations, I wish we had a program like this in those environments. So I think it will help me tremendously throughout my career.
Although this is the first semester this program has been implemented, nursing students here say they're already seeing the benefits.
I've continued to do a mindfulness yoga practice every morning, and it's been profound. I feel much calmer. I feel like I greet the day better. I don't wake up angry or worried, so it's been really helpful.
Finding time to take care of themselves so they can take care of others in the future. In Orono, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The University of Maine began testing its emergency system today. The university serviced its campus siren system in preparation of tomorrow's full-scale test. Students, staff, and visitors will hear the campus siren system go off between 3 and 4 p.m. tomorrow. Outdoor sirens will sound for several minutes during the test. Alerts will also be sent via text message, the university's homepage, as well as on social media and throughout the campus's UMaine portal. The American Red Cross of Northern and Eastern Maine has deployed 12 Mainers over the past few weeks to assist in recovery efforts after Hurricane Ian tore through Florida and the Carolinas. The death toll has reportedly reached 81 just in the state of Florida. The American Red Cross of Northern and Eastern Maine has deployed volunteers to deliver emergency supplies, help clean up, and most importantly, make sure people are safe. Executive Director Caroline King says she's grateful to all the volunteers.
Many of them picked up, left their friends and their family, and went to help with hours or less of notice. So they are on the ground as we speak, doing the work of the Red Cross, and we are so grateful and inspired by them.
And to help people affected by Hurricane Ian, you can visit redcross.org. Certainly some much needed help. Great to see those volunteers getting down there at a moment's notice.
Yeah, I think at this point they couldn't have too much manpower. There
Absolutely.
is just so much to do just in the short term.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, President Biden visits Puerto Rico in the wake of Hurricane Fiona, where he'll announce he's transferring $60 million in infrastructure funding to help shore up levees and flood walls.
And Florida residents are still assessing the damage following a direct hit from Ian, which roared through the state last week. We'll have those stories and much more after this.
Janet Mills' education department was teaching kindergartners radical transgender policies. Now it's pushing a curriculum telling students they're racist if they use certain terms. All lives matter, mass incarceration, calling the police on black people, all racist. Janet Mills closed our schools and our kids fell behind. And now she's pushing her radical education agenda. No more politics in schools, no more Janet Mills. The top funder of the Maine Republican Party is the Republican Governors Association.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
It's time to take care of you. Colonoscopies are the trusted test to detect and prevent colon cancer before it's too late. Physicians at the St. Joseph Digestive Health Center are here to help you live life to the fullest, starting with a screening colonoscopy. Put the facts before your fear. Call the St. Joseph Digestive Health Center at 907-3550 to schedule your colonoscopy today. It's time.
In Maine, it's always buying season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we carry new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams for your buying season. Here at Thornton Brothers, we'll help you find the right vehicle specifically for you to suit your lifestyle. As they say, the proof is in the performance. So come on over and test drive a real vehicle from a real dealership, or place your order with us and see why it really is buying season here in Maine. Thornton Brothers, Main Street, Lincoln.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
President Biden touched down in Puerto Rico Monday to survey the damage left in the wake of Hurricane Fiona. He made a welcomed announcement for the people there dealing with yet another natural disaster. Fox's Mike Emanuel has the latest.
President Biden in Puerto Rico meeting with families and community leaders. It's the first of 2 scheduled visits this week to devastated areas. Hurricane Fiona rocked the island about 2 weeks ago, leaving many without power, and still 120,000 homes and businesses are managing without. And then there are the billions of dollars in damage.
Right now, Puerto Rico is in a full recovery mode.
It may have been a Category 1 storm, but Puerto Rico is still trying to rebuild its infrastructure after Hurricane Maria hit 5 years ago.
We're going to make sure you get every single dollar promised. And I'm determined to help Puerto Rico build faster than in the past and stronger and better prepared for the future.
During his trip, President Biden announced $60 million in federal funds to shore up levees and flood walls and create a flood warning system. This administration is trying to ward off critics who came after former President Trump for not doing enough fast enough when Maria struck. The current president admits the island has been slighted in the past.
Because they haven't been taken very good care of.
Still, some accuse the Biden White House of slow-walking aid. Others fear the U.S. territory will be left behind in the shadow of Hurricane Ian. Lawmakers are pledging support.
We'll do everything we can, we always have, to support Puerto Rico now in the recovery after this yet another devastating storm.
The administration says it still has a strong team in Puerto Rico helping with the recovery and intend to make sure they have everything they need. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Meanwhile, many Floridians are now questioning the local response to Hurricane Ian. This as the state continues its efforts to restore power and help rescue those stranded in coastal communities. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more.
Mounting questions over evacuation orders in Florida's Gulf Coast as recovery efforts continue after Hurricane Ian.
So far, we've had more than 1,900 rescues in the USAR teams.
Nearly a week after the storm hit, rescue crews are still working around the clock to reach people stranded in some of the hardest hit areas of Florida's Gulf Coast. Washed out bridges and roadways making the task difficult, especially in coastal communities still dealing with flooding. But in a small sign of progress, Lee County officials say the Florida Department of Transportation is already helping to rebuild a temporary bridge to Pine Island, currently only accessible by boat and air.
We still expect for that bridge to be, the temporary bridge to be completed within the next 5 to 8 days.
The state's emergency management director also expects most people could have power and water restored by Sunday.
We've laid out a very good plan, very good strategy on how to get that done.
While recovery efforts continue, Lee County officials are also facing questions over why they issued evacuation orders just 24 hours before Ian's landfall, a concern Governor DeSantis dismissed.
We should be focusing on lifting people up and stop incessantly talking and trying to cast aspersions on people that were doing the best job they could with imperfect information.
Hard-hit Lee County has begun to consolidate its shelters as the need goes down, many staying at the Hertz Arena as they try to figure out what to do next. In Estero, Florida, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Overseas, the Russian military is acknowledging Ukrainian forces have broken through Moscow's defenses in the strategic southern Kherson region. It's one of the 4 areas annexed by Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday. Fox's Jennifer Griffin looks at where things stand right now between the U.S. and Russia, with nuclear weapons clearly on the table.
A Ukrainian tank fires toward Russian positions in the Donbass as Ukrainian soldiers raise the flag over Liman, the strategic logistics hub where Russian forces retreated in humiliation just hours after Vladimir Putin's speech annexing 4 parts of Ukraine.
Liman is fully cleared. I thank our military, our warriors.
An embedded Russian military reporter described the empty eyes of the fleeing Russian soldiers, who he said were not resupplied and plagued by desertion. Western leaders continue to wargame how to respond to Putin's new threats to use nuclear weapons.
The United States is the only country in the world to use nuclear weapons twice. Actually, they set a precedent.
Russia has 2,000 tactical nuclear weapons. Western leaders have warned Putin of the consequences of using them.
This nuclear saber rattling is not the kind of thing that we would expect to hear from leaders of large countries with capability. But I don't see anything right now that would lead me to believe that he has made such a decision.
The rhetoric by President Putin, the nuclear rhetoric, is dangerous. It's reckless. We have so clearly conveyed to President Putin.
The Pentagon has not seen any change in status to Russia's strategic nuclear weapons, the ones that would target New York or Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, senior U.S. cyber officials and the FBI warned today both Russia and China are trying to influence the U.S. midterm elections. Russia is amplifying divisive topics on the internet, including doubts about the integrity of American elections, while China is seeking to influence select races to hinder candidates perceived to be particularly adversarial to Beijing. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
Meanwhile, prosecutors in some states are upping the risk for drug dealers. They're charging some with homicide if their product results in a death. It's the latest escalation in the fentanyl crisis. Fox's William LaJeunesse has more.
What did she overdose on?
Tucson police respond to 3 teens overdosing on fentanyl.
Hey, Roman, you got it, okay?
2 survive, 1 does not.
Wake up. That's it, right? Just push it in.
This was a serious case, and it deserved serious charges.
Prosecutors charge Jocelyn Lopez Sanchez with distribution resulting in death after the 23-year-old smuggled 1,000 fentanyl-laced pills known as Mexican Percocet and sold several at a high school party. She is now serving 12 to 20 years in a federal prison.
What drugs did they take? What drugs?
In Las Vegas recently, 6 died of overdoses in just 36 hours.
Fentanyl?
Increasingly, state prosecutors are also charging dealers not with distribution, but homicide.
I'm not going to let drug dealers get away with murder. It's not going to happen anymore.
If we can prove poisoning under the law, we can charge first-degree murder in certain circumstances.
DA Mike Hestron charged 19 fentanyl dealers this year with second-degree murder. Joseph Costanzo was the first after pills he sold killed a teenager.
15 years to life, and first-degree murder is 25 years to life.
Do you believe sentences like that are a deterrent?
I do. In later investigations, I'm told by agents, that the suspects make a statement that, oh no, I'm looking at a lot of prison time now.
In Congress, many lawmakers want the cartels labeled terrorist organizations and fentanyl itself classified as a weapon of mass destruction. Both would expand penalties and allow the U.S. military to get more involved. In Los Angeles, William LaJeunesse, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, fall marks a season of many things, but one you might not know about, the hatching of snapping turtles.
And in sports, the University of Maine has taken their next step in finding a new athletic director. We'll be right back.
Most people should tell the truth. But we're not most people.
Monarch, all new Tuesday on Fox.
You can always tell where Bruce Poliquin's been, hanging around Washington politicians and the special interests that fund their campaigns, like big oil and drug and insurance companies. Poliquin leaves a bit of Washington everywhere because he's covered in it, supporting special tax breaks for big corporations and more government spending. No matter where you see Bruce Poliquin, you know he's always heading back to the swamp. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed.
No.
We can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
Do you need to replace your windows, but worry that your project will be hard to schedule and too expensive? Then call Renewal by Andersen, the custom replacement window division of Andersen. Our windows are made with an exclusive Fibrex material that's vastly superior to vinyl and backed by the nation's best warranty. Be sure to ask about our 1-year price lock guarantee to secure a price that's good for 1 full year. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation and a money-saving offer. Installation is always included.
Say goodbye to lag times and death spirals with our crazy fast fiber internet. At GoNet Speed, we've dropped our prices on fiber. That means hello to fast fiber internet starting at just $49.95 per month. Or go up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, for only $69.95 a month. The lowest prices we've ever offered. No contract, no hidden fees, no joke. Visit GoNetspeed.com to check availability in your area.
A bit of good news tonight. Gas prices continue to drop. They fell more than 6 cents a gallon in the last week. According to Gas Buddy's survey of more than 1,200 stations around the state, the average price now sits at $3.50 a gallon. That is 36 cents a gallon lower than a month ago, but still 40 cents a gallon higher than a year ago. Hopefully that downward trend continues.
Maine-made ice cream maker Giffords is giving us even more reasons to be excited about the fall season. Giffords is rolling out 3 limited edition seasonal flavors. The 3 flavors: Scream Fall, Pumpkin, Apple Pie Churro, and White Peppermint Chocolate Chip. They'll be on store shelves in October and available while supplies last. For a little more mouth-watering detail, pumpkin is a creamy, smooth combo of real pumpkin and spices. Apple Pie Churro contains rich churro ice cream with swirls of caramel, bits of apple, and crispy churro sticks. And finally, White Peppermint Chocolate Chip is a mix of cool peppermint ice cream loaded with chocolate chips and peppermint crunch. The new limited edition seasonal Giffords pints will be available for customers to purchase in Maine and across New England in select grocery stores, including Hannaford, Market Basket, Shaw's, and Big Y. The pints will also be available in limited quantities while supplies last. They'll be shipping their ice cream in the pint-sized packages for the first time as well.
Alrighty, well, fall isn't typically the season that we associate with the birth of new wildlife, but for snapping turtles and many other reptiles, it is hatching season. According to the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife, snapping turtles lay their leathery eggs in June, burying them in well-drained, sandy soil. Now, during this time of year, the hatchlings emerge when they are only about 1 inch in length. Instinct will then drive them quickly to move to a body of water and settle into the muddy bottom where they'll spend the winter. The IFW says if you see a young snapping turtle, you can take a photo and report the sighting to the Maine Amphibian and Reptile Atlas Project online. That website, me-fish-wildlife.com/atlas.
Well, the warm days of summer may be over for now, but that doesn't mean the adventures have to stop. Fall is, of course, a great time to enjoy Maine's beauty, and as Craig Colson reports, the spectacular foliage makes it even better.
It was a chilly start to the day, but it turned out to be a perfect morning for an adventure. I teamed up with Maine guide Kathy Gordon for a little fishing on Pushaw Lake. We didn't have to go far to be surrounded by beauty. The countryside alive with color. Wildlife is abundant. Kathy is a retired Bangor school teacher. She now teaches people how to enjoy nature in her outdoor classroom.
I think people have maybe the wrong idea of what an adventure has to be. It doesn't have to be a big, 12-mile hike. It can be a 20-minute walk in the woods.
No matter what you choose, you're sure to see some amazing scenery over the weeks ahead. According to MaineFoliage.com, far northern Maine is reaching peak foliage conditions this week. The Katahdin region is seeing moderate conditions, and the Bangor area is still low. And you don't have to travel far to take it all in.
And it's very, I think, important emotionally, mentally, as well as physically, to get outside and get that fresh air. Mentally in Maine, it's really difficult when, we lose the sun. We've already lost 5.5 hours of sunlight.
We didn't have a lot of luck fishing today, but it felt great getting outside to enjoy the view. We saw a bald eagle, a few blue herons, and even a turtle soaking up some sun. All just a short drive from home.
It is good for the soul. Nature is the most healing thing you can do for yourself. And I tell people that all the time. They're like, you always look so happy. I'm like, well, I'm outside.
In Glenburn, this is Craig Colson reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
It is food for the soul, getting outside. It sure is.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful weather to be outside lately, too. Really hoping that streak continues as well.
Yeah, definitely enjoying the crisp temperatures. And with a little bit more on that, the full 5-day is coming up. So actually a lot more on that. Full 5-day coming up with Conrad Sapinski. Stay with us.
Cooler temperatures out there once again today. Morning lows below freezing. High temperatures only in the 50s and 60s. Is warm weather going to be back, or is it going to snow? I'll have the answers coming up.
When it looks the part, but isn't the real thing, that's fool's golden. Jared Golden promised he'd be an independent fighter against Biden's spending, but then cast a deciding vote for Biden's newest spending bill that experts say will hike taxes $1 billion on those making under $50,000. Golden may think we're fools, but his recent vote shows Mainers what he's really made of. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need tractors rated #1 in durability and owner experience so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months, plus save up to $1,100.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of Hometown Health Center, Howard Insurance, Lakeshore Restaurant, McCusick Petroleum, New England Motor Company, Sweet Cheeks Bakery, the John R. Crooker Agency, and Wardwell Construction and Trucking Corporation.
Sundays, NFL coverage starts with Fox NFL kickoff at 11, then Fox NFL Sunday at noon. Loaded with talent. The best NFL pregame shows are only on Fox.
Welcome back and happy Monday. Our main weather today is brought to you by Varney Chevrolet. If you were looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle near Bangor or Augusta, then stop by Varney Chevrolet in Pittsfield, just blocks from Interstate 95. Come see what Varney Value is all about. And let's get into those temperatures for today. It was chilly. I needed this jacket with those temperatures in the 50s outside. 58 earlier in Bangor. Same thing by Bar Harbor. Rockland coming in a little bit cooler with those mid-50s. Same thing up north. Lots of low, mid, couple of upper 50s at that. but well below chilly temperatures have arrived. We do actually have some frost advisories and some freeze warnings in the area. That is going to be for overnight tonight, as temperatures once again will be coming close to the freezing mark, actually slightly below here in Bangor. A little bit warmer by the coast, of course. Water is a little bit on the warmer end. That's keeping everybody just slightly above freezing by the waters. But temperatures the next couple of days will be pretty warm. Tomorrow into Wednesday, near average. Look at Thursday and Friday. Close to 70 degrees on Friday, 71 on Thursday. Then the weekend, we start to cool off slightly into those 50s. So enjoy this nice warm weather while it lasts, because it's fall, so time is running out. Cooler weather will be back in no time. Right now, we do have some partly cloudy skies across the state. No precipitation, a very good sign for us. But look just south of Maine. Boston area rain, Connecticut rain, Long Island, New York City. That is still associated with Ian. I know, I thought we're long past that, but nope, not yet. It is post-tropical, nowhere near a hurricane, but it is still producing a good amount of rain by the East Coast and pretty big waves offshore. We are in the clear, though. We'll have a couple of clouds rolling in the next couple of days. But in general, overall, we are in the clear from all of that rain. Most of that will continue to be offshore and closer to New York City area, but we have nothing to worry about. Check out these wave heights. Close to Bangor, 5-8 feet. Still nice surfing weather. Look at off the coast of Jersey. 22-foot waves. Insane. It is great surfing weather. I wouldn't recommend it with those cooler temperatures and cooler waters. Temperatures tonight in Bangor below freezing in those upper 20s to low 30s. Mostly clear skies will really help the atmosphere cool off even more. Those cooler temperatures will be all across. But look what happens during the day. We rebound nicely. Temperatures hovering around 63 degrees with those partly cloudy skies. And our extended forecast outlook does show those warm temperatures sticking around all of this week until Saturday, once we really cool off into the 50s. Beth?
Still some big differences between the highs during the day and the lows overnight. So we really are in that kind of transitional weather right now.
Yeah, we really are. But a nice week in store at that.
Absolutely.
All right, well, sports is coming up next, so stay with us.
Seniors know a scam when they see one, like Bruce Poliquin.
My heart is breaking for our seniors in Maine.
He says he'll help Maine seniors. But the last time Poliquin was in Congress, he voted to cut $500 billion from Medicare. And he supports raising the retirement age for Social Security. Maine seniors can trust Jared Golden. Jared stood up to both parties to protect Social Security and Medicare.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because Maine seniors earned their retirement.
Big trucks rule the road. They're dangerous, and they can cause big, bad injuries. But the big trucking companies don't stand a chance against me. These companies have big insurance policies, and if you're hurt by one of these big boys, I'll fight to make them pay up for you. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck? Come out on top. Call the twos. Call 222-2222.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care in Brewer is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you. Apply today.
You'll find something for everyone at Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia. Looking for an excellent all-wheel drive SUV? Kia has you covered with the all-new all-wheel drive 2023 Kia Sportage. Or check out the 2023 Kia Forte with a list of standard Kia driver assist features, including auto emergency braking and up to 41 mpg highway. With 15 models to choose from, Kia has you covered. And you'll get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in. Thank you for staying with us. We have an update on the University of Maine's athletic director search. Monday, the university announced the search committee for their next permanent AD. The university named 15 members to the committee responsible for finding Ken Ralph's replacement, who officially parted ways with Maine earlier in the month. The committee is chaired by the Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, John Volan, and the members range from coaches like Amy Vachon, Ben Barr, Josette Babineau, as well as student athletes, Hall of Famers, and athletic staff. Finalists for the job are expected to visit campus by mid-November, and the decision on the next athletic director is anticipated in early December, per the release from the university. So some exciting times at Maine, new facilities in the work, a new athletic director search going on. Let's keep it in Orono and move up to some football now. The Black Bears had their CAA opener on Saturday, dropping the game 45-20 to Villanova. The loss moves Maine to 0-4 on the season, but really the hardest part of their schedule is behind them. 2 FBS opponents, a ranked Villanova team that came in as the 13th best team in the FCS coaches poll Monday morning. They've got the newest member of the conference ahead of them on Saturday, heading down to Hampton, who's ranked 9th in the CAA, just 2 spots above Maine. And on Monday morning, head coach Jordan Stevens saying the team's best days are ahead.
Really not looking back at the schedule, or, using that as any type of crutch, but certainly, we have a lot ahead of us, and we have a lot, we have everything to look forward to here, starting with this week, with going down to Hampton and a great opponent and an opportunity for us to get back on the field. And I know all the players, coaches, everyone's, excited to prepare and get back out on the field. But
looking forward to see how they rebound on Saturday. Let's stay local now. Moving to the high school scene, it has been a strong start to the season for John Baptist boys soccer. They look to keep it going Monday, hosting Caribou. The Vikings coming all the way down south to Bangor, taking on the Crusaders. Early on, it's a good chance for John Baptist here in the first half off of the throw-in from Sam Bay. Ellis Collenberg gets to the net, but a good defensive play from Connor Dodd keeps the game scoreless. A little bit later, Kyle Sidaway here is going to find Oscar Martinez. He puts on some fancy footwork and then fires this one off with the left foot. 1-0 John Baptist. That is impressive right there. Later on, this time it's Hunter Kluke. He's using his left foot as well from downtown, and he's going to get this one just past the diving hands of Logan White. 2-0 Crusaders. Still in the first now, time winding down. It's John Pangburn this time on a nice pass from Sidaway. He puts this one home. Crusaders go on to win 7-0 is the final. Moving indoors now to volleyball. Ellsworth coming over to Hampden Academy for the matchup with the Broncos. Broncos up 2-0, but Eagles showing some fight here in the third. That Shantina Griffith dropping in an ace right there. Eagles would fight to tie the set and take a lead. Broncos, though, they had it going all night long. Emma Schutt here with the service ace, looking for it again, but Griffith's spike is going to find the back corner right here, just getting in. The Broncos just too much for the Eagles, who wouldn't go away. Marnie Tracy is going to drop in an ace here. Hampden Academy is going to pick up their third straight 3-0 sweep. Moving on now and down to Foxborough, with the Patriots losing on Sunday to the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay, but taking them to the final seconds of overtime. They did it with their third quarterback, too, Bailey Zappi. He became the first rookie quarterback to throw a touchdown this season. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the year, right? Zappi was pretty impressive by the eye test and the numbers as well. 10 for 15 with 99 yards and the aforementioned score. Regardless, New England falls to a 1-3 start for the second straight season. But it's hard not to get a little excited watching Zappi play and then watching them really compete and take Rodgers and the Packers down to the wire at Lambeau.
It was a dream come true to play an NFL game. It's obviously not the outcome we wanted at all. I just want to first give credit to all my teammates. They kept me calm. They kept me, getting the nerves out of me. They kept me in my space and cool, calm, and collected.
That's what happened. And he stepped in. He was well prepared. And I thought generally handled himself well. Certainly things he can improve on. We'll work on. But thought he did a solid job.
Solid job. He is the first quarterback to throw a touchdown in his debut at Lambeau since Lambeau was built. Pretty impressive. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Offensive and divisive. That's Paul LePage's legacy. But it's not just what he said as governor. It's what he did. LePage slashed funding for cancer screenings for women. He refused to invest in clean energy, kicked over 1,000 seniors off their prescription drug program, and even opposed funding to Meals on Wheels. So, if that's what Paul LePage did last time he was governor, we can't send him back. The top funder of A Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
If you haven't heard about Pictionary, the greatest family favorite game around, where have you been hiding? That's hiding. Under a rock? Come on, I'm really good at this.
Jerry O'Connell hosts the world's greatest family party game, Pictionary.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
I would win every time.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week on Fox 22.
Welcome back. DVD, digital, and music releases this week include superhero dogs, a veteran bounty hunter, horror classics, and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the list of new releases.
Superman? Crypto, Ace, and the rest of the DC League of Super Pets top this week's list of what's new in home entertainment. Stacked with a star-studded voice cast that includes Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, the animated action-adventure follows Superman's dog and his heroic team of shelter pets on a mission to rescue the Justice League after the heroes are kidnapped by Lex Luthor. Are you getting nervous? Christoph Waltz, Willem Dafoe, and Rachel Brosnahan star in Dead for a Dollar, a Western drama about a bounty hunter who confronts an old enemy while on an important mission.
Any reason in particular you're standing in the dark?
A young woman suspects she's being stalked by a mysterious man watching her from the building across the street from her apartment in the horror thriller Watcher.
Welcome aboard.
A romantic trip on a boat takes a violent turn in the survival thriller Into the Deep.
Charlie, is this some sort of a trick?
In celebration of the spooky season, the 1980s horror classic Fright Night and iconic horror film Bram Stoker's Dracula are now available on a limited edition 4K Ultra HD Steelbook.
I'm going to buy the Lakers. Ah, no kidding.
Small screen favorites and hits available to own. Season 1 of the HBO series Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty, and Season 1 of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot, starring Jabari Banks as the new Will. Star Trek Picard Season 2 features Patrick Stewart in his iconic role as Jean-Luc Picard. Jared Padalecki stars as Texas Ranger Cordell Walker in Season 2 of the CW drama Walker.
This is the time to shine.
For music fans, Grammy Award-nominated rock band Bush released their 9th album, The Art of Survival. And Charlie is the 3rd record from award-winning singer-songwriter Charlie Puth. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Target has announced their new deal days. They'll start on Thursday, October 6th, and go through the 8th, about a week before Amazon's second Prime Day, which is October 11th. Some top offers: toys from Disney, LOL Surprise, Barbie, and CoComelon will be up to 50% off and $50 savings on Xbox Series S consoles.
All right, well, one bear is living large in California. Caught on video, a bear just enjoying life and creating a bit of a mess for a homeowner there in California. Dr. Alon Antibi says the bear has been in the Chatsworth neighborhood since Labor Day. He says the bear was caught on video cooling off in the pool and then even hopping in the jacuzzi. Why not? The bear is also accused of raiding the outdoor kitchen. You had to see that coming, and spilling beer from the fridge. And TB says his main concern now is that the bear appears to be getting more aggressive. Okay, that's definitely a concern. The doctor says animal control told him that since he lives in the bear's natural habitat, there's not much they can do unless the bear actually does become aggressive. Right now, he just looks like he's enjoying a very nice pool.
Yeah, I mean, he had all the amenities there. I can't get over... Yeah, the outdoor kitchen. I want an outdoor kitchen. That sounds awesome.
It does sound awesome. I would agree. He knew where to land.
He did.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.